So I'm from a time period in the early 70s, early 80s, where the way you guys are training and the discord I see through Facebook, YouTube, and on the internet is a little disconcerting. I mean, we shouldn't be doing this. We should be helping each other. When people fight in the street or in the ring, it's between those two people, and it's between what skill sets they bring. You know, people can also have just an off day. You know, just because a judokai loses to a Brazilian jiu-jitsu person, or vice versa, the Brazilian jiu-jitsu person, loses to the judoka. It doesn't necessarily mean the martial art is good or bad. For all you know, those two people had a bad day. You don't know the level of experience or skill level of the people involved. I can tell you, being in both a judo and aikido school and studying both, that just like the Bujinkan, you have good students and bad students. You have bad representation of the martial art, and you have good representation of the martial art. There are people I know who spend hours working on their technique and getting really good, and there are people who just want to make a name for themselves in every single martial art. It's not exclusive to the Bujinkan or anything like that. You're always going to have a bad apple. So I want to dedicate this site to sharing, caring, even for yourself. So the first couple of videos will focus on self-care and solo training. You know, how to really like work out your techniques regardless of style. Even though it's going to be primarily Bujinkan, you'll see on the page. I hope how I show you how to work out can apply to a karate kata or a judo kata, can apply to a aikido kata on working that out. There should be an underlying base principle for all martial arts on how to work something through when you're struggling with something, how to work something out. That's all. And that's what I want to share. All right, so I think this is the end of this video. I'm going to go edit it, make sure it's okay. I think I dropped the camera a couple of times, so I'll have to edit that part out. But I'm hoping that this, will be a good thing, a positive thing. I want it to be very positive for all. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get some trolls. There are going to be some armchair martial artists who are going to criticize this. They're going to criticize these videos and not see them for what my end goal is. And that's fine. I know it's going to happen. And that's just how it's going to have to be. As long as you guys keep it civil, as long as you guys, respect each other and respect each other's opinion as you criticize each other and have a discussion. Proper criticism. Criticize is a bad word. Just criticism. A proper discussion, I'm not going to care. So be adults about the upcoming videos. Be adults with each other. Respect each other's opinions. And but I'm hoping we can have a sharing journal. Again, the root of this is from my my primary art and my three secondary and tertiary arts, and my own studies in shiatsu and reiki. And of lately, my teaching practice has changed a lot. My attitude towards martial arts and teaching martial arts and training, studying and practicing martial arts has to do with the other aspect of my life of learning shiatsu and reiki. So I'm going to bring a lot of those aspects. Oh, I also been doing and learning yoga, and that has helped me out a lot. So I'm hoping to at least to share with you, and I'm going to try to be a good example for you on how to diversify your life and not to be so focused on training. I think some people's problem is they're so focused on training, so focused on getting better in it, and they forget that they have a life. They forget their wife, they forget their kids, they forget their job. These are aspects. Martial art should be a lifestyle, a life path. It should not be a hobby. But it becomes that for some people. I'm hoping to move you away from that and move you on to incorporating into your life, making it a part of your life, and and so that you can have it all and just be happy. The most important thing that I want everyone to get out of this is to be happy. I will, post in one of the comments for this video Takamatsu Sensei's essay on happiness. He actually, the Soke before this wrote an essay on happiness. I'm gonna go find it. I know I have it somewhere. I will actually see if I have it in the original Japanese, so I'll post a translation in the original Japanese when I can find it. I'll ask a couple friends of mine who might actually have it in the original Japanese, and I hope to put out a good series of videos before I leave on November 17th for Japan. I won't be back until the following year. Around January 29th is when I fly back, so I'm going to be gone for almost 2 months, living out there, and maybe. Generally, when I'm in Japan, I don't take pictures. Some friends of mine got upset because I didn't take really a lot of pictures. And I don't take video. I mostly train when I'm in Japan. I train almost every day. It depends on what the training schedule is at Humbu. This particular trip, because I'm going to be gone for so long, I also plan to, for the first time, do some sightseeing. I was unable to do that my first trip, and this trip, there's some key places. If anyone knows me, any of my close friends, in Japan, this is a bad word. It's not socially acceptable word, but I am an otaku. And outside Japan, otakus are, it's basically a nerd. I like anime, I like manga. I teach myself, I cook Japanese recipes. I'm trying to learn to cook Japanese food. I'm trying to learn Japanese, so forgive some of my Japanese in the video. Again, I'm still in the process of learning, so sometimes, occasionally, I might mispronounce a word. I'll try to correct it when I can. But I've been interested in Japan since I was a kid. My interest in Japan does not have to do with Bujinkan. I probably would have ended up in Japan studying judo or aikido if I had never met anybody in the Bujinkan. My first anime, I think, was the original Astro Boy and Speed Racer, of course. And of course, you have Gatchaman and Star Blazers here in the United States. So the space battleship Yamamoto, which was the first animes that I watched and got me really interested in Japan. So understand that I'm coming from a different perspective than maybe some of my Buyu martial friends in the Bujinkan. I might be a little bit more passionate about certain things, but I'm also not as obsessive about a lot of things. In the past, I have trained to be a monk. For a long time in my early 20s, I was very interested in being a Zen or Tendai priest. I shouldn't even say Zen, because Zen and the word Zen and Mikyo are documents, doctrines. Actually, they're just concepts, ideas, paper, work. Many of the different schools, just like you have different martial arts schools that have different names, Gyokoru, Kotoru, Daitoru. Even in Buddhism, there are different, in Japan, there are different families. Just saying Zen and just saying Mikyo does not really identify, say, the Shingon practice or the Tendai practice. And even though Shingo, Tendai, and Shintoism have overlaps, they're not all the same. They're very different. So there should be even an understanding. I've seen a lot of stuff posted, but unless you've actually, studied Tendai, Shingon practices, and even in Tendai and Shingon, there are many family trees, even on them. I will also try to post a couple of notes. I also have a page called Otaku Times, which we've been doing some interesting work with that. It's turning more into it originally started off about anime and manga, and then it started turning into a more Japanese, an understanding of a Japanese cultural magazine than anything else. from the perspective of Entaku and trying to help people like understand the culture a little bit better. So I will also use this page to maybe give you some ideas of the culture, and I may do more of those videos while I'm in Japan. May it be easier for you to understand some of the culture in Japan and how things are by actually filming things about culture in Japan with some of my Japanese friends, some of my American friends who live there year-round. Might make it easier. I mean, sometimes I think it's easier for people to see things actually going on and what's going on and actually happening than have somebody who says they're an authority. I'm not an authority. I'm a student. I'm a teacher, but I'm a teacher-student, or student-teacher, which vice versa. You know, all black belts, regardless of what they think in their head, is a student-teacher or a teacher-student. I don't care which order you put them in. If the black belt has decided that he no longer needs a teacher, I suggest you find another black belt. If he's decided he has nothing more to learn, or he has given up on his own personal training, find another teacher. There is one thing I've learned in every martial art, and every good teacher I've had, my Aikido teacher, my Judo teacher, are always constantly working on their technique, and they're in their 70s. Right? They're in their 70s, and they're always constantly perfecting their technique. They have not stopped learning. Soke is in his 80s, and he has not stopped learning. He's always learning something new. He's always perfecting his technique. There always must be an evolution, regardless of style. There must always be an evolution of your technique. Always. You should always strive to be better than you were the day before. You know. And, well, you know, thank you. I think I've done this long enough. I think this is going to end up being 2 videos, but thank you for your time. And let me get these edited, and then, you know, I'll start, when the outlines are done, I'll start maybe at least once every 2 weeks. I'll put out a video. I'm going to try to do it once a week. All right? All right. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy the upcoming videos. Bye.